Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Listening and Responding. And welcome to Joel Whittish, who is with me today, our pastor of community and connections here at Summerside Community Church. And we're coming live to share with you what's one thing to take with you into this week as we're learning to follow the way of Jesus. And just that reminder that, the ways of culture can just feel so strong at times that they can create some confusion as to, well, what is Jesus really asking me to do? And so we just want to encourage you with one thing today, just to practice recognizing what is Jesus and what is culture. And I wanted to take us down a little bit of a journey looking at last Sunday's message. So I was talking about God's all-consuming, unshakable, and wild love, and just talking about how his fire, his love is just purifying to us. And I was saying to all of us that, I feel the Lord calling me into a season of cleansing, but then I recognized he's actually calling us into a season of cleansing. And I don't know if I actually use the word season, but a time of cleansing. And so I just wanted to bring some clarity to the fact that when it comes to cleansing's not just like, I'm going to dump water over you and you're good. When he calls us into a time of cleansing, it's a journey of, there's things that he wants to reveal to us and show to us in terms of washing us. And that can take some time for us to both hear and understand, but also to embrace and start to walk out. So when I said cleansing, it wasn't just this quick thing that just happens and it's done. It's a journey. And then how do we prepare our hearts to do that? And Joel and I were just talking about how, in this, God is often, he's revealing the things that are in the way. That's part of the cleansing. And some of the things in the way are distractions.
Yeah. Just like we're saying, sometimes we think about being cleansed from stuff, washing your feet, taking a bath, whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's don't go back in the mud. It's being in the wrong place too. Like don't go back into.
Don't go back and put mud back on yourself.
Yeah. Don't, like I said, don't go back into that bag of chips or what other things we use to kind of comfort ourselves or distract ourselves, watching that show or going on Facebook or whatever on media that just, gets us right back in slimes on us.
Yes, that's right.
Instead of separating, coming out. And interesting, just as you said that, it made me think of something else too, that the fire, the consuming.
Yeah.
Until you just said that, I never thought about this.
Okay.
When I'm cleaning my wood stove, I actually use the ash from the fire.
Really?
Yeah, because to clean the glass on your wood stove, you use the wood ash.
Okay.
And so it's actually the very thing you're using that's making it dirty that you use to
actually clean
the glass. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, which I think is kind of interesting. So it's sometimes a very thing that we're struggling with that God's saying, I want to burn that up so I can use it to clarify.
Yeah, that's right. And, in God's kingdom, he doesn't waste anything. Like the thing that sometimes we think, oh, God could never, that was a mess and God could never bring something good out of that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he will find a way to bring something good out of it, even if it's using the ash that was left over to actually bring clarity and even a crispness to understanding or being able to see something that you wouldn't otherwise be able to see. And so there's I often call God the great recycler. There's no waste in his kingdom. And for us even to willingly be patient and wait in that cleansing season of God, this is hard to let go of because it brings me a sense of, whatever it might be. Comfort, we often use the word comfort, but maybe it brings me some of my own sense of peace, creating my own peace or a sense of controlling something because it feels better. And to let go can feel hard. And, it's interesting, even in walking through cleansing, like they say, when you have a dream that has cleansing elements in it, to take a look at, it's usually a bathroom. Usually you're seeing a toilet or a shower or a sink. And usually if you pay attention to the elements, there's something that might give you clues as to how you might respond to this time of cleansing. Like, is it, a large bathroom? Is there a lot of clutter in the bathroom? So maybe this could be a challenge. Or is it a small bathroom and there's not much there, so you're ready for it? There's some different elements. And so when it comes to cleansing, the readiness of our hearts can be in different places as well. And it's interesting that the bathroom is that place of cleansing, because the bathroom is where you go and you're by yourself. Right?
Yep.
There's very little distractions in the bathroom, and it's this place away from things. And so a cleansing time is also a time for us to get away and let the Lord speak to us in kind of a vulnerable place. Yeah. Actually, as well. Yep. So it's very interesting. And so that was my heart in talking about this today, was to really just encourage you to recognize it's not instant. It's not one and done. It's a process, and not to to be, I guess embrace that or have an openness to accept that. Yep. Does that ring true with you too, Joel, in terms of what does that look like?
Yeah, and it is a process, and there's different like you said, you didn't use the word season, but there's different seasons even in cleaning. That's a good point. Like there's the everyday stuff, but then there's the deeper things, and there's stuff that on some level, like, you know, I still have yet to clean my washer and dryer out. Like I got a new one that they say you're supposed to do all this. Okay. But it's deeper stuff that I've never looked at before. And I think in our spiritual life, there's stuff that, like, oh, it's not that this is wrong. Yeah. But I'd like to do more in here. And I think that there's God saying, this is good. Like, you know, like right away I was thinking of in 2 Peter, it says, you know, to add, if you are more productive and useful in your knowledge of Christ, you won't fail to develop in ways where you might become short-sighted or blind, forgetting that you've already been cleansed from your old past sins. Ooh. Yeah. That is good. What is that again? 1 Peter? 1 Peter 1, 8 and 9 says, 8 and 9. Yeah, but those who fail to develop in this way are short-sighted and blind, forgetting that they've already been cleansed from their old sins. Yeah. And because it's not always, you know, like the whole thing we're doing with Job right now. Yes. We always want to say it's a sin. Yes. But sometimes it's a motive, it's a heart, or not understanding that God's doing this for our good. Yes. Yes, because we're limited on thinking this is, it should feel and look a certain way, and God's like, oh, not everything's consequences. That's right. Everything has consequences. That's right. But not everything is a result of consequences. And I think that's the challenge with cleansing is, yes, I'm not being cleansed from something. I'm being prepared for something. Yes, I think that's the other piece. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's the other piece, is when we're you think about it, like when we think about the bathroom and the different forms of cleansing, it is to remove so that you can move on to the next thing. Yeah. And it's to prepare you, not to punish you. Yeah. But it can sometimes not be so comfortable in the cleansing because of whatever needs to be removed. Yeah. But it is meant to help us. And what comes next? Yeah. Yeah. Like the amount of time you spend in the bathroom for a first date between going for a run. Right. Totally different. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so there's just so many layers and factors to these things that it's never meant to just be simple and easy, like an easy answer. And you know what? Each one of us has had a different journey that we've been on. Yep. We've walked through different things. The Lord is, you know, got us in a certain place because he knows what we need in this season. And sometimes the cleansing is to remove some of the blockages so that we can actually hear what he wants to share with us. Yeah. And, you know, if we again reflect on how good of a father he is, like just the last 2 weeks talking about his love, and like that nothing stops it. And he's so passionate for us. Like for me, it's like whatever resistance might be there, and like, oh, I don't know if I want to let go of this thing. But his plan is so much better. So, okay, Lord, I'm going to hang on to you and I'm going to let go of this. And I'm sure it's going to be good, but we struggle sometimes. Yeah. And that's okay to struggle, but don't give up. Like, don't give up. And we were just talking a little bit about Henry now, and had a little bit of a devotion this morning, just talking about how we can get tired and overwhelmed from this world. And in doing that, we can end up just kind of wandering aimlessly, or just sitting because it's too much.
where his love, the fire of God's love is the same, but there's so much more. I just follow me.
Yeah.
Follow my voice. There's purpose. We're going to get through this together. Like he doesn't leave us to wander this alone. He said, together, we're going to get through this. So we don't have to wander. We don't have to just sit exhausted because he has something for us and he'll help us.
And we're not just, God's not just saying, let's go over the same ground again and start that you got to get re-saved every time.
That's right.
But it's the next step. And sometimes it's a deeper cleaning in a different area. And other times it's an everyday cleaning on the next step.
That's right.
But that it's keeping a short account.
Yeah.
But also being prepared. Do you want to go farther in this? Or in where we're going farther, there's going to be other things we realize. Like
that's true. There's other things he wants to show us in taking these next steps.
Like I've never been in this kind of dirt.
Right. That's right. This is different dirt.
Yeah.
And it, when you talk about the everyday cleaning, too, I think about Jesus and his disciples. Yeah. Right. In that time, they would wash feet right before a meal, etc. And that was an everyday part of cleaning. And so there, things stick to us from the day. And there's that we've been talking about the nightly examen and how that's actually a cleansing from the day to say, okay, God, what do I, you can even say, what things do you want to wash off of me today that you want to bring into my memory so that as I go into the night, I can sleep deeply and I can be ready and refreshed for the day. That's like kind of a daily thing to help us in the everyday. Yeah.
What attachments am I holding on to? What things, even subconsciously?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I need to say, okay, get my mind off of this? Yeah.
Yeah. Because we can have a daily interaction like with someone and something didn't go quite right. And in that moment, the Lord is like, okay, now that I got your attention, I want to go deeper into this to show you what I have for you or what maybe it is that you've been thinking this way, but I want to show you how I can help you navigate this. And we can have love bring about whether it's a solution or reconciliation or more clarity on how to navigate a specific situation. So he's so good to us. Like he has ways that again can be challenging, but they bring about, like, again, it's his eternal purposes. Like there's more than we can see and understand in the midst of all this.
Yeah. And learning to listen to his voice and get rid of a lot of the other distractions and say, God, what are you saying? Not just what did you say?
That's right. Yeah.
Because he's still speaking.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. And his word comes alive, and what you looked at one time was like this, but another time like, oh, that was
see that before. I know. Did you use that as scripture? I haven't seen that before. Yeah. And he does that. I love how he surprises us with those things. And so we want to leave you with that thought today, that cleansing is a journey and it's going to look unique to each one of you. But in that, but don't deter from just being with him and listening for his voice. And like Joel said, he's always talking. And when you said that, something that came to mind that somebody shared with me years ago is that he for him to remember that God is always talking, the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's like they're sitting at this table, leaning in and having ongoing conversation. And if we allow ourselves to push away the distractions and listen, he is speaking and he has things to say. And so will we quiet ourselves enough to do that? And sometimes the cleansing is what we need to help us to hear more clearly.
Clearing our ears
out, getting that wax out of our ears. It's awesome. So bless you all as you head into your week. Joel is speaking this coming Sunday. I'm excited for what the Lord is showing him and what he'll share with us. And we look forward to being together soon. Bye for now.
Thanks.